What's up everybody, it is me, HeroicLarvy, and I wanted to do a video about the consoles in review. Oh, this should be fun. So, the new consoles. They've been out for half a year or so now. I think it's safe to say that they aren't new anymore, and they've had their time to get their games and show what they're made of. And my little PC versus console video, was I right? I think the answer is... But I can't just say that I was right, yada yada yada, without giving any proof. So, let's give some proof. So, on your screen right now are two little pictures I have of the comments on my last video I made about the PC being better, and then of my Steam friends list today. Now, sorry to call you out, bro, but facts are facts, and he was defending the consoles and saying how much better they were, and yada yada yada, and how much PCs cost and all this shit, and he's on PC today. Weird. Now I know that's not exact proof that the consoles suck and PC's so much better, but there's a lot of people that say the consoles are falling off very fast, hence people saying the graphics suck in Watch Dogs. And as you can see, what you're looking at right now is Watch Dogs in 1080p, so you can crank up your quality and see what the game actually looks like on PC. I don't see the game looking bad. Chances are people that said the graphics suck were playing on console, because they do kinda suck. Now you can say graphics don't matter, and I would agree with you, graphics don't matter, but FPS does matter, and it makes it very hard to play when you're at 30. And the new consoles aren't far from that, because they're already using the extreme darks and extreme light colors. And to explain this a little bit more, I'll just go ahead and show you a few examples. So here's a side-by-side comparison of PC and PS4. Now you might be saying to yourself, they look pretty damn close, but I'm going to show you exactly how they aren't close. You see this? You can actually see the textures in the background, you can see everything, it's bright and nice, it looks good. And if you scroll over here, everything's much darker except this light that just so happens to be the exact same. And it's because they're using a, I guess you could say, contrast filter, which basically just makes the brights bright and the darks very dark. And then that blocks out some textures, like on his coat here, which makes it easier for the console to run the game at 60 FPS. Now, we saw this, the brights getting really bright and the darks getting really dark towards the end of the last console's life cycle, Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3 is not the only one. We can look at Call of Duty Ghosts, we can look at Titanfall. You're starting to see a pattern here. They're all kind of bluish gray or black and white. And that's because they're developing these games for the consoles, and they need to make them run smooth at 60 FPS or as close to as possible, and they need to cut out some textures. And the FPS of games shortly after dropped off after they started making the extreme brights and extreme darks, and they're already doing that with the new consoles, which tells me that 60 FPS is going to be very short-lived on them. But now an even better way for me to demonstrate this is watch the video right now. Bam! You see that? It's darker. It looks so much better though, right? Yeah, because you can't see half the textures. You can't see the little edges. You can't see hardly shit. But it looks great, right? Now, this actually affects video games a lot, because a lot of the times you can't see some people when they're in a dark corner or something, and in most shooters that would result in you dying because you couldn't see them but they could see you. And on top of all of this, some of the launch titles, some of the titles that came out at the exact same time as the consoles, they're already downscaling the resolution on those. Here's a picture of some of the native resolutions that run on the consoles right now. Assassin's Creed Black Flag, 900p at 30 FPS on the Xbox One. It's 1080p at 30 FPS on the PS4. Battlefield 4, 720p at 60 FPS, 900p on PS4. This is horseshit. These games came out right when the consoles launched. Right when they launched. These games, they should have been running at 1080p, 60 FPS, right out of the gate. Not to mention, we're just about on the verge to replace 1080p with 4K. That's coming soon. Remember when your TV used to be square? It was like a matter of 5 years before everybody had flat screens and 1080p was a new thing. And remember HD DVDs? Those were replaced by Blu-ray right away. Remember when you had to press 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 multiple times to get the certain letter that you wanted when you were texting? Or if you were really cool, you had a big keyboard that slid? Remember that? Now how long was it until you had a smartphone with a touch screen? Not very long, was it? These consoles can't run in 1080p, and 1080p is going to be the old 480p within the next 5 or 6 years. Maybe even sooner. All this graphic stuff aside, the game selection on PC is just so much better. Because what do you got on console that PC doesn't have? Halo and Killzone, maybe? Maybe occasional Gears of War? But nobody even likes those games anymore. And the games that both have, it's way better on PC 99% of the time. And then the games that PC only has are actually really good games, like DayZ, Dota 2, Garry's Mod, Guild Wars 2, Rust, StarCraft, all these games that are on PC and not on console that are just really good games. And of course, Steam sales, Steam community, Steam reviews, Steam everything. Steam makes it so much nicer. Not to mention, they have Steam Big Picture, which means you can plug your controller in if you really want to use a controller and sit on a couch, then you can do that through Steam. And obviously, the most important thing is, you can be watching YouTube while charging your phone, while playing Minecraft, you can be chatting with your friends, and in an instant, you can hang up the Skype call, Alt-Tab, and go watch your favorite porn. Can't do that on console, can ya? But all jokes aside, it's just really sad what they're doing to video games with these consoles, because they're just trying to get as much money as fast as possible with them, and it's really pathetic. And all these kids, I want to play video games, Mom, I want this for Christmas. Okay, PS4 or a PC. One's $800 and one's $400. I'm gonna get the $400 one. And then afterwards, they end up dishing out $60 a game, $50 a year. Gotta buy new controllers that are $60 each. You gotta buy a headset. You gotta buy all this shit. But it's all strung out nice and evenly, so it doesn't seem like you're paying as much, but really you're paying way more. But in closing, I just want to say, if you got yourself a console, sorry bro. Do yourself a favor, sell it while it's still worth something, save up all your money, get yourself a nice, decent PC, and enjoy yourself some nice games. Well, that's it for me. I'm gonna go play some Battlefield 4. If you haven't already, do me a solid and crush that like button and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Send this video to your friends, maybe it'll change their mind one way or another. Anyways, take care folks, I'm out. Peace! Drop it!